Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandy and I am the owner of Love You Candle Company, and today I have a very exciting video for you guys. But if you have not seen my first two videos, which are very important before we get to this one, I do highly recommend you go ahead and watch it. I'm going to go ahead and leave the link up here. The first video is basically unboxing a candle making kit from Pro Candle Supply. You definitely want to start with the candle making kit first. Second video is all the supplies that you will need to make candles. I go through over all the list of what you are going to need, and now here we are in this video. I'm going to walk you through how to make this candle right here. This was poured about 30 minutes ago, which in the video I'm gonna walk you through. You're about to watch it exactly how we made this candle. So I'm super excited to share with you guys this process and to have you here so you can learn how you can make your own candles, whether if it's hobby, that way you can gift them to family and friends since the holidays are coming, or if you're ready to start your own candle making business. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so the very first part is you have to measure your wax. So today I'm only going to be doing one candle for the purposes of this video. And I'm putting my gloves on. I always put my gloves on when I'm going to touch the wax or cut the wax. I guess it's nature to say cut the grass. Anyways, so here I am. I'm gonna go ahead, and my wax comes in a slab. It does not come in flaky form. So I have to go ahead and take this slicer that in my previous video I explained. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna measure 8 ounces of wax. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my pot here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and tare the scale so it's at 0. And I'm gonna go ahead and the pieces that I'm cutting, as you can see, put it here. And that's 7.7, so I just need a little bit more. Oh, that's too much. So let's cut a little bit out of here. Let's try that. Oh, it's too much. Oh, that's exactly 8 ounces. So this that I'm doing, this example, this is not 100% how I melt my wax. I now melt my wax in a Presto pot, and I don't do the double boiler anymore. I only do the double boiler for my wax melts. So as you can see, that is actually, it needs a little bit more. I just looked at it, and let's see. Oh, that's good. All right, so that's 8 ounces of wax. And what we are going to do is we're going to take this wax and we are going to we're gonna go ahead and melt it in our pot. So I filled up the pot with water, and as you can see, the wax is in here, and we are gonna go ahead and transfer ourselves over to the stove. As you can see, it's melting, and what I do, I have this digital thermometer, which you can, once it's melted, I'm going to do it right now, but once it's melted, you can kind of like see. You want the wax to get to 185. That is the point where you want it to get. So we're gonna come back to this wax in a little bit. In the meantime, let's go ahead and measure our fragrance. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is measure our fragrance. The way we measure our fragrance is that you take the amount of ounces of wax that you're using, and then you are going to multiply the ounces times the amount of fragrance oil. So in order to determine our fragrance load, we are going to grab our number of ounces, which in this case is 8 ounces. And we are going to multiply it by how much percentage of fragrance load we want to add. In my case, we're going to add an 8%. So you're going to multiply that by 0.08, which is going to give you 0.64 ounces. There are people that measure in grams. There are people that measure in ounces. I'm the person that measures in ounces. It's easier for me. I've done grams. Honestly, there is no really big difference. It's really what you're comfortable with. So if you can see here, again, you're gonna grab the number of ounces of wax that you're using. So we're gonna write here, wax times the percentage of fragrance oil that you want to use. So we're going to take 8 ounces of wax and you're going to multiply that by 0.08, 8% of fragrance load. Okay, that's going to equal to 0.64 ounces, and 0.64 ounces is what I am going to measure here. So we're going to turn on our scale. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the Dixie cup. We're gonna tare it. And we're gonna add 0.64. Oh, that's 0.64. And guys, play around with your percentage of fragrance load that you wanna add. As long as you keep it between 6 and 10, sometimes less is better depending on the fragrance that you're gonna use. But a happy medium for me is usually 8. If a scent is, I feel if there's a scent that it's a little bit lighter, I'll go to 10%. But honeysuckle jasmine is a very strong scent for me. So that's why I'm doing 8. So I'm gonna set this to the side. And now let's go check on our wax. So let's take a look at our wax. Our wax it's pretty much ready. It's at 185. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's at 185. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out. And now we are gonna go ahead and add the fragrance oil. Once you add the fragrance oil, I like to stir it for like 30 minutes. Not 30 minutes. You want to stir it for 30 seconds. Sorry, guys. All right. While that gets cool, we're going to go ahead and set it off to the side. So while our wax is cooling, we're going to set it off to the side. And what we're going to do is that we're going to prep our jar. And what I like to do is I like to clean the inside of it with alcohol. It gets any residue from the packaging, from the shipping, from the supplier, and just gets rid of it. So you have a nice clean jar. And now we're gonna go ahead and add the stickers. to the bottom. And then we're gonna add the other sticker. And then we're gonna go ahead and wick it. I usually take both at the same time. You could do it with one. I like to do it with two because of the diameter of my jar. And I already have like an eye for it. So there we go. And then what I'll do is that I'll take a pencil and just kind of like press down on it. And when I press down on it, it just secures it. I don't take a hot glue gun. I don't need one. So these stickers are pretty good. I got them from Candle Science and they're pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this up here. See, and it secures it in place. Just pull it up a little bit so it's nice and stretched out. There we go. There. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is, let's go ahead and see where the temperature of our wax. I usually like to pour between 160 and 170. 155 also, that's fine. I'm gonna stir it a little bit more. And let's see again where we're at. Okay. There we go, that was, and now we're gonna go ahead and pour. I don't pour not too slow and not too fast. There you go. And what I usually do with my pot immediately after I pour, I take paper towel and I just wipe it down so that the wax doesn't stick to the inside. And then what I'll do is I'll take some alcohol, spray it, take another paper towel, and just finish cleaning it off after that. And that's how I end up with a really clean jar. So just so you guys understand, your candle, this is what it should look like afterwards. We're gonna let it sit there. What it's gonna go ahead and do is it's gonna start getting cloudy and cloudy until it hardens. And right here, what you're looking at is the candle starting to get really cloudy, and little by little, it's gonna start getting white. So what you wanna go ahead and remind yourself is that I'm doing this here, but this is not normally where I make my candles in this counter. My counter is actually over here. So I usually, once I pour, my candles don't move. So right now, this candle has to stay here until it gets hardened, that it's white, so I can go ahead and move it. Right now, I don't want to disturb it, therefore it's going to stay here. But typically, you want to go ahead and set a place where you're going to pour, and that place, you're not going to remove your candles, because you can ruin the candle, you can ruin the wax, which it is fixable with the heating gun, but you just want to avoid it. And just leave the candle, once you pour it, leave it untouched. Do not bother it. So that is how you make a candle. This was a tester jar. This is not one of my jars. I did not want to use one of my jars for this demonstration because my jars are very hard to find right now. And I just wanted to go ahead, and I got these from the Dollar Tree. You can go to the Dollar Tree, they're $1. They're a pretty good price for the jar. It's a very sturdy one. And I do use this is one of my Christmas scents, and this was also a candle that I made out of this jar. And it has the lids from my other candle jars. But as you can see, this is how your candle should look like. It smells so amazing. But it's from the dollar, this jar is from the Dollar Tree. I print my own labels, and this lid I did get off of Candle Science. So if you look at it, it looks so cute, and it has like this little bottom part here that's a little bit wider. So it makes a very, very sturdy glass. So I really like them. If you have a Dollar Tree or dollar store, go to your dollar store and you can find jars there. They're really, really good. So here is the candle, and as you can see, it's already hard. It's not 100%. You want to wait 24 to 48 hours before you light it up for testing. You definitely want to let it cure for 2 weeks, but it's safe right now for me to move it. That way the wax doesn't get disturbed, but it's looking pretty nice. And you definitely want to leave this on until the following day when you're ready to trim the wicks. You want to leave this on. Don't disturb it. Don't do anything to it. So without further ado, don't forget to like the video. Comment any questions that you may have about this process. I will be sure to answer anything that you may have. Also, click the notification. That way, my next video, you will get notified of when I'm going to upload it. So the next video that I'm going to do, it's going to be how I make my wax melts. And wax melts are so easy to make, guys. It's not going to be as long as this video, but I guarantee you're going to absolutely love it. So don't forget, if you haven't seen my previous videos, I'm going to leave the link up here so that you can go ahead and catch up. My first video is pretty much me unboxing a candle making kit from Pro Candle Science. My second video is walking you through about all the materials that you're going to need. And this is my third video. The following video, it will be on how to make wax melts, and then also I will be making another video on how I make my candles using the Presto pot. I don't use the double boiler method anymore to make my candles. I actually use a Presto pot with the spout, which is much easier, which I will be going over that in the following videos. So thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure, and I can't wait to read all your comments.